Current conditions is it's about 11:30 in the morning. When you're fishing the early spring, we're blessed with a day like this where the temperatures are going to be hitting 55 degrees. There's a little bit of chop on the water, which is going to be probably ideal for throwing that chatterbait. The lake we're fishing is fairly shallow, only with about 10 feet being its deepest depth. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be targeting shallow water for the spring. We're going to be implementing the Z-Man chatterbait, suspending jerkbaits, and finesse worms. I feel with the Elazitech that Z-Man offers, it always gives you that buoyant float, which is always going to alert the fish where it is. It's always going to be vertical. We're going to be throwing that here today, targeting the bottom water column, but also focusing in on shallow water areas. Because with that sun overhead, these fish are going to be moving shallow to get warmth from that sun. Also, target structure, rocks, wood, because they're going to retain the warmth of that sun, and that's what's going to hold fish to certain areas. That's why some areas in the spring are going to be really good and some areas are not. You know, it's all about the sun, it's all about temperature, especially when you're fishing the early season. Oh, my quantum torque reel, smoke rod, that there Elazitech there. Look at that swim bait, taking a licking from these pickerel, and it still keeps ticking, I'll tell you that much. Let's let this guy get into the boat. Having fun today. That's what it's all about. Rod bending action, early springtime fishing. And we're having success. We found the bass, we found the pickerel. This is early New Jersey fishing here. Water's 52 degrees. Beautiful day out. So this here is my quantum smoke rod torque reel. The torque reel is awesome. This thing is designed for fishing. It is so strong. And let me tell you, I'm pairing that with my Z-Man diesel minnow. Now this is like all those swim baits that are out on the marsh, but what makes this different is Elazitech. I'm stretching this guy out as long, yeah, adorable. You can stretch it, you can pull it, you can bite it. Pickerel just took this in his mouth, did not even shred it. It's ready to be casted out again. So I want you to check out the diesel minnow from Z-Man. This is the way to go. You get a pack of these, it'll last you for a few fishing trips. These things are durable, they're strong, and fish don't chew them up. So check out that diesel minnow. It's a great bait to have in your tackle box. Yeah. Quantum smoke rod, Z-Man. That's what it's about right there. They are loving that Pro Z chatterbait from Z-Man. Oh, this is a good. Oh. Let's get him in the boat. Quantum smoke rod, Seagar line, early springtime. They are in these shallow water areas. That sun is warming it up. They are calling these guys in. Let's get him in the boat. Yes. Z-Man chatterbait Pro Z is getting the job done today. I'm fishing that green pumpkin color and they are inhaling it. You see it right there in the gullet. They are inhaling that bite. That means that it's an aggressive bite and they can't resist. So early springtime, you don't think about it, but get shallow. When that sun is high, these bass are going to come shallow because of that warmth. That sun, it's all about temperature, especially in the early spring. So pay attention to temperature, and when that sun is up overhead, go shallow. I'm only in about 4 feet of water, and that's where the bite is. These guys are aggressive. They're biting that chatterbait hard, and it's that Pro Z color from Z-Man. Green pumpkin, that orange belly, they are devouring it. We're hooking up. Love it. Keep it real. Bit right next to the boat. Look at this guy. He's not a giant. Let's get him in. Quantum smoke rod, smoke reel, and I have it paired with that Z-Man Project Z chatterbait flipping crawl. See, we're fishing that early spring, and that little paddle that this crawfish trailer is giving this chatterbait is awesome. Not a giant, but we're catching them. It's starting to drizzle. We are on fish. We're not going to leave fish. So I hope my camera lady is ready to weather out the storm out here. I see some dark clouds coming, but we're catching them. This is awesome. Let's let this guy go. Thanks for biting. They're not giants, but we are getting the bite on. It's early spring. Weather's crazy. You see it's raining on us. Tomorrow we're supposed to get snow flurries. So it's very early. It's only April 2nd. And we're catching them. Right here is the bait that's working. It's a Z-Man Project Z Chatterbait. And on a cloudy day like this, I'm going with a little more brighter color. So that's why you got the chartreuse, you got the turquoise, and you got that white shad pattern. And that's a flip and crawl right there. It's a Z-Man bait also. And we're connecting. Throwing it out there and just slowly bringing it across the bottom, keeping contact with it, and they're inhaling it. It's raining. You wouldn't think to be out here. You want to be warm, toasty on the couch. Get out on the water. The fish are biting. It could be a little funky at times, but spring fishing is good fishing. So check out the Z-Man products and hook up with some bass. Keep it real. When it comes to springtime bassin, I really like throwing a swim bait. Right here is the Diesel Minnow from Z-Man, and they make a great swim bait. It's very flexible. You don't lose that flexibility, that natural wag of that tail when it's in the water. But what you gain when you fish the Diesel Minnow from Z-Man is the benefits of Elazitech. We know in cold water you're going to get a lot of pickerel bites, and this thing withstands all of that, and you can keep fishing it. So check out your Diesel Minnow. I like rigging it with a 1/8 ounce. I feel like that's a perfect weight for fishing the Diesel Minnow, especially in the springtime. And check it out, you can find this on Z-Man. And pretty much whether you're going up into the shoreline, whether you're fishing this in deep water, over grass flats, that swim bait is a key. This should be rigged up on one of your rods this spring. I can't help but admire this bait, the Z-Man Chatterbait. This is a key bait for any time of the year, but there's different ways that I fish it throughout the year. So I'm going to talk about springtime fishing and the Z-Man Chatterbait. In springtime, I like to cast it out, fish it back slow. Just slowly crank that bait back to the boat, back to the kayak, and as you're bringing it back, you're going to feel that constant vibration coming through the rod, letting you know that it's chattering, and that's key. Feel the vibration. Second, when you feel it get hung up in grass, give it a little pop, get it free, and you'll feel it start chattering again. You always want to feel the chatter. Fish it slow, and also don't be afraid. Throw this into flooded timber, throw it into boat docks. Fish it in open water, fish it over grass flats. The Z-Man Chatterbait really shines in any situation. What I do differently in the springtime than I would do in the summer is for our trailer, I like throwing it with the Z-Man Flip and Crawl. And this is a real sexy pattern to throw. This is the sexier shad. This is the color, rigged with a white flipping crawl. And that flipping crawl gives you the Elazitech because it's very buoyant. It's going to float up. So when this chatterbait falls down into the water, the bottom water column, you're going to get that flip and crawl, always letting the fish know that it's there. And bait awareness is key to me, and this is why I love fishing Z-Man products, is the bait awareness factor. Because they're made out of that Elazitech, they're very buoyant. So they're always going to give you that vertical drop when it falls. It's always going to let those fish know where it is. And with that flip and crawl, I'm fishing this chatterbait really slow on the bottom. Those claws are going to be moving. It's going to create a lot of commotion that the bass can't resist. Z-Man Chatterbait, Project Z, Z-Man Flip and Crawl, you're ready. Get out there. You see the fish that we caught. So pick them up and keep it real. Well, in spring, you never know what the weather's going to be. You could have a beautiful day. You could have it cold and rainy. And we had it all throughout the shooting of this first episode. But you make the best of it. You get out there. It's been a long winter. The lake was frozen. So we're happy to get out there and catch fish finally. And also in the spring, I find it's a great way to test out the gear you bought over the winter. You get to test out the rods that your wife don't know that you bought, or the reels that came in that you were hiding. But it's a great opportunity to get out there, test out your gear, make sure it's ready, make sure the line's working right, and have fun. So thanks for watching this first episode of the 2016 season of the Real Deal Fishing Show. I hope to see you out on the water. And remember, keep it real.